welcome to worship and our worship magazine, if you like, for on creation calling. If you remember, we've been thinking about how God speaks to us through creation, how God calls to us to do things, but how we are called to do things too, to make a response to the beauty of nature around us. It's a wonderful place to be in this country. We are a country that is an island. We're a big island in a sense, but we're not that far from the sea. And this time we're exploring the sea around us, and the sea and the waves and the beauty of that. We're thinking about what it's like to be part of a huge place, because the sea is just the beginning. Every bit of the sea in this country is linked to the sea around the world. It never stops. It travels all around. It's huge and it's well produced, and God is kind of keeping us there. But the seas are in danger. The water levels are in danger. We've heard that some of the ice caps in the polar regions are the worst they've been. They're melting at such a level. So we do need to think of that. When we think about the Bible, we think about trusting and how the disciples had to trust Jesus beyond the shore, had to trust Jesus for all they did. So in a sense, beyond our boundaries is where we're thinking here. And the sea takes us beyond our boundaries. One of the things I loved earlier in the year is Margaret and I went for a holiday of a lifetime to Thailand, and we saw the sea in a very different place. But the fact was, it was joined. It was joined to the sea here in Brighton. It was joined to the sea in Sri Lanka, in South Africa, all around the world. The sea joins together. The possibilities are great, but so is the terror. The terror of seas, because they can be very perilous places, as we know from all the stories we read of shipwrecks and storms and so forth. But sometimes we have to learn to trust God beyond our shores, to go that step further and to move into those areas. So here we go. Let's see what the sea can do for us and what we can do for the sea. In God's name. Enjoy.
trust in you alone, for your endless mercy follows me, your goodness will lead me home.
By the seashore, ancient pebbles, ancient God, we stand on the shore in wonder, breathing in the clear air, watching the clouds scattered across the immense sky as though a child has emptied out a box of cotton wool balls and thrown them around the room. Incredible Creator, we hear and see the crashing waves on the shore, continually reshaping the land. We notice at different times of day the play of sunlight and shadows on water, glistening blues and greens, turquoise and greys. Tides in and out, rhythm night and day, endless, never ceasing. Each day something new being created. Ancient pebbles, varied shapes, sizes and textures. Ancient God, incredible Creator who made us, who has called us by name. We stand on the shore in wonder, breathing in clear air, as waves pummel and shape beach and cliffs. Waves of care and challenges pummel and shape us and our lives. Waves recede from the shore. Waves recede from our minds as we stand and watch the regular movements of the sea and gradually become aware of Jesus' presence and offer our worship and our lives.
On that day, when evening had come, he said to them, "Let us go across to the other side." And leaving the crowd behind, they took him with them in the boat just as he was. Other boats were with him, a great gale across, and the waves beat into the boat, so that the boat was already being swamped. But he was in the stern, asleep on the cushion, and they woke him up and said to him, "Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing?" He woke up and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, "Peace, be still." Then the wind ceased, and there was a dead calm. He said to them, "Why are you afraid? Have you still no faith?" And they were filled with great awe and said to one another, "Who then is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him?"
I'm here on the beach in north of Scotland, just outside Oban. We're on holiday with my family and mother-in-law here, Joan, who's going to have a little chat with me in a minute. But we're in this beautiful spot. We've been staying here for a week now. We've been staying a little bit further down south in a place called Seal, which is part of the Slate Isles. If you think about the roofs in your houses, if you've got an old house, a very old house, it's a possibility that the slate for your roof came from the Slate Islands, from Seal or from one of the other islands. So we've had a lovely week there, haven't we? We've had a lovely week. So
yes, we have.
What have you enjoyed most about it?
Well, I think
the views, everywhere you go, the views are fantastic. But I think what is surprising is that of all these trees and views we've seen, we've now come across this lovely beach.
Okay, does that take you back to those days then?
Oh, it does.
Yeah, tell us about those days then when you went sandcastle building with your grandchildren.
Well, when we first started, Ron and I first started taking the grandchildren to the seaside, it was because we'd had several holidays in the Lake District, which we love. Even now we love it. But I thought it was really nice to take the grandchildren to the seaside, a proper seaside holiday.
So what does that mean? Because we're at the seaside now.
Well, I think it was the excitement that the children showed of just running out onto the beach. The freedom that we used to have, but the fun we used to have with the grandchildren, setting up what we called our little camp.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but happy
lovely.
days.
Lovely, happy days. Yeah.
Yes. So what is it about the seaside that attracts you?
Oh gosh, yeah. I think it's the freedom, the spirit of freedom. You know, you want to sort of, dance.
Okay,
Because
okay.
it's,
And we have seen you dance occasionally on the beach.
I think
We
you
won't
have.
embarrass the folk at Hounslow with that. No, that's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
But it depends on what seaside place you're at, doesn't it?
It does. Yes, it does.
I mean, this beautiful beach in Scotland that we've come across is just incredible. To see all that sea out there. And the distance, seeing all, well, at the moment, Mull, if I turn my head,
You're right.
I can
yes.
see the
right
Isle of
behind
Mull.
us. Yeah.
So it depends on what piece of coastline you are, about the feelings you have.
Okay. Okay.
But I think mainly, it could be like here because it's so quiet and peaceful. And another beach you might go on, say on the East Anglian coastline. It might be very busy. So it's full of excitement and fun. But then you come here and there's a completely different feeling along this coastline. It's peaceful, it's quiet. It's so quiet.
Yeah. So where do you find God in all of this?
Oh, I think in this peaceful place. Yeah. Yes. It's it gives you space, I think. I think it gives you space to think about what life is about. It's not about being busy. It's about being quiet and thinking of the precious things in life. Even thinking about the sun or the rain. And there are things that we need from God. We need this sunshine, the warmth, but we also need thinking about our home space, about the heat that they've been suffering. So I think we can sit here and thank God of this freedom. Yeah. And God works through our mind. I mean, like I picked up these, I always pick up something. I picked up this tiny little grey stone, but it's got lovely markings on it, streaks,
Yeah.
as if someone's actually drawn on it, but it's not. It's nature, and must have been washed up ever so many times
It's very
over
smooth.
the years. Yeah, it's very smooth.
Yeah.
But then I picked up a seashell. Yeah. Battered a bit. Yeah, a bit battered.
I think everybody knows that feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes, you can look at this stone and think it's round and smooth and calm, and you can look at this shell and see there's rough patches, and that's really a bit like our lives, isn't it?
Yep.
It's the bits of ups and downs, and the not knowing. Coming on this beach, you don't know what you're going to see, do you?
No, that's true. I mean, that's one of the things that we've come across with all our things about living and carrying on with nature this month of August, and it's been intriguing to kind of find new things and think and reflect, and that's a very kind of monastic type discipline of taking time to see the good and see God in everything around you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right. And it's a space without that television. It's a space without that telephone and that iPad and that in most of our everyday lives. And here is very, very different, John.
Yeah.
It's
It
good.
is.
It's good for our souls, isn't it?
It's good to have a break from things and to get away from things. All of those things are very useful at times, but yeah, it's good to actually step differently. Now, well, you've reached the ripe old age of 21, is it, or is it? You wish.
You have to add a few numbers
70
on
onto that. Yeah, 91. You don't look it, and you certainly don't act like it most of the time.
it. No, No.
During that time, you've seen good times and you've seen difficult times.
yeah.
What's carried you through those difficult times?
Definitely God. Definitely God.
Tell me more.
Sometimes when I was the hardest one of my life has been when I was given the sack from the family business, and I was really, really down. I was hurt. I was hurt to think that they don't want me anymore. And I did go through a time when I couldn't pray, John.
Yeah.
I just could not pray. It was all so much pressure on me, and trying to learn how I'm going to cope with this. But what I relied on was the prayers of other people.
Okay.
And that is something that I have valued so much on the downsides of life. That I can't always do it myself, but I believe in prayer. And sometimes I've had to rely on other people's prayers because I'm sort of what I call numb.
Yeah. And I think that's true of most people, that there are those times when life is difficult, where you need, in a sense, other people to carry us with prayer, and God to carry us as well. There's the famous story that appears on a lot of tea towels on a beach, isn't it? The footprints. You know, the
Yes.
footprints, there were
Oh,
two sets of
yes.
footprints on the beach to
That's
start
right.
with, and part way along it turned to one set of footprints.
Yeah.
And then that question was very much what's going on here? Why is there only one set? And it's a reminder that God carries us on those times and those moments, and that's a exciting thing as well. Yeah.
I think thinking about that poem we've got up in a picture frame in our church, and it is a reminder, isn't it, that we don't always recognise that God is there. We can, years ago with these plane crashes and things like that, and these terrible disasters that happened, there was always, you could look back and see God working in very small ways often.
Yeah.
You can't always see it at the time, but you can look back and see that God was working in his way through individual people.
One of my favourite quotes comes from the story of Corrie ten Boom in the Second World War, who was a Christian who was put into a concentration camp.
Yes.
And one of the things I often say to people is that there's a quote in there that she said in the direst of circumstances there, where people were being inhumanely killed and suffering in so many ways. She says, "No pit is so deep that God is not deeper." And I think, in a sense, life's not all beaches and lovely waves. Sometimes it's stormy, and in the storms are when the testing is there and the times of testing. One of the things in the reading that we've seen is that the disciples, they actually called on Jesus on to sort of help them and save them because their life was in danger. And he just said, "Peace, be still." And in that moment there was a sense of tranquility, a sense of peace, but they had to go through that to experience the calmness as well. Do you think it's true that we have to go through these experiences in order to experience calmness?
Oh yes, I do, definitely. Yeah, definitely. And and I know years ago I met somebody and they said, "I've been in a very, very deep place, and I wasn't a Christian years ago, but that deep place, deep black hole that I was in, God came to me." And I think that can well happen to a number of people. We're inclined, aren't we, not to actually talk about our inner feelings. Do you think?
I think certainly for men. It's been a thing over years. Men don't talk about feelings. Men have to be firm and tough and all the rest, and that's where a lot of problems come. And men are told to do that. But I think you're right. I mean, we don't sit and have deep conversations about how we're feeling and about what's going on. We don't tend to talk about that very much. Yeah. Do you think it's the same with women?
No, I do. No, I think the difference is it has altered a lot over the last few years. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But over the years when I've been supporting people, I've seen men weep because they can't see any future.
Yeah.
And
it's difficult.
Yeah, difficult. And perhaps it's the first time that some of these individual men have actually broken down like that. These include, ministers over the years that I've known. That life with them, they still have their life's problems, even though they are there giving out God's word. But underneath that, they also suffer from everyday life.
Yeah, yeah. Our ministers are not exempt from the
No,
problems and the worries of life, and,
No, they're
and
not.
that's always sometimes a thing to remember, to encourage people. I think years gone by, we used to put our ministers on a pedestal, and I always used to find that sometimes they were left alone, and actually they didn't want to be left alone. They wanted to be part of company and be friendly with everyone, and to make friends, and they need to be free to do that and choose that with their privacy guaranteed as well. But yeah, no, and there's a huge amount of work going on in supporting ministers with mental health issues, and I think also with men there's a lot more going on to help encourage men to talk more freely about life, and to find opportunities to meet with other men in order to do that, because it is a very difficult situation for them sometimes to be in, because they are still, self-perceived or not, but the current society does still say phrases like man up and toughen up and get a grip on it, man, and things like that still happen, and it's not good, it's not healthy in that situation. So the stormy days come, but peace comes afterwards. Can you think of any times when that after the storm, the real peace and the feelings that come after that?
Well, yes, I can really, because that time that's made me or helped me overcome this family situation that I've had with my own family, not my present family, my parents, my brother. The thing that helped me overcome it was young children.
Mm-hmm.
And at my church they had a mother and toddler group, and they said to me, would you like to come one week and look after the children? Well, it was lovely. And strangely enough, I told them the story of Jesus in the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And we imagined that we were in a boat, rowing in a boat with all these tiny little 2- and 3-year-olds, and it made me think of life, the important things of life.
Yeah.
Not losing my job, but seeing young children happy.
Yeah.
Ready to start their life, being nurtured hopefully by good people.
Mm-hmm. So a spot of rebalancing there.
Yes, yeah, it was definitely that. Yeah. Some of these things in our lives, I've always tried to think when the problem has passed, that I've always thought that, right, I've got to learn from that. I'm a follower of Christ with the thought of the future is going to be good. And that has sort of helped me so much. So much.
That's really good. That's excellent to hear.
Yeah.
A lot of people talk about the oceans, and where we've been staying is a house right next door to a bridge, and a bridge that claims to be the only bridge across the Atlantic Ocean, because the island we've been on is an island, but it's only a very narrow gap. It's almost like a small river between the two. And that bridge comes over the Atlantic Ocean, because that is the Atlantic. It goes from one end to the other. But the tides come and the tides go. And the very strange thing is, it looks like a river most of the time, except there was one occasion this week where basically it went the opposite way, and it was going what we thought was up, upstream, and of course it wasn't. But the whole thing about tides, that time and tide, was it time and tide wait for no man or person, that actually the seasons happen, and the tide goes out and the tide comes in,
Yes.
and so often life, it can be like that, do you think?
Oh, yes, it can. Every day is a bit like that, isn't it?
It is. Every day is a new day.
I wake up often in the mornings, if it's been not a good day the day before. I don't have very many bad days though. I'm very blessed. But I always think to myself, this is a new day. I don't know who I'm going to meet, what experience I'm going to have. But it's a new day to be enjoyed.
Well, that's a good moral to end with, isn't it, really? Every day is a new day, and
That's right.
yeah, that's good.
New opportunities.
Yeah, new every morning, yes. And we teach that to children in schools. If they've had a bad day, we say tomorrow is a new start. It's a new day, and you have to do that, because otherwise you are tainted by all the past. You kind of build up your baggage with everything else that's going on, and actually if you're able to let go of what was and start what's new, it's a good thing. Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing with us and your wise words, and thank you very much for that and all that time together.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you to my 3 churches, my home church in Royston, and then if I go closer, David and Jane's church at Sandy, and the Hounslow. They're all people that are a big part of my life.
That's good. That's
you
good.
know, I feel I'm always accepted as one of them.
They love it when you come. They love it in both churches, yes.
I am, as I said earlier, I'm truly blessed.
There is an ocean of possibilities in God's love. There are seas that go far beyond our reach. In this time of prayer, let's just remember those who need our prayers, those for whom the sea of fear, the sea of doubt is there, those for whom it's hard to believe and hard to cope. Amen. So there you go. If we are caring for the world around us and we're thinking about what we can do, a very practical challenge this week: try and reduce the amount of plastic that you use. So much plastic is borne up on the shores of our seas and some parts of the world, and it travels and it doesn't disappear. And some of the microplastics kill the fish and the creatures in the sea. Some of them are just amazing, but some suffering very badly with the pollution that comes from plastic pollution. So try for this week. See if you can reduce the amount of plastic. When you go shopping, don't forget your bags. Don't buy bags. Don't forget your bags. And those nasty water bottles, don't buy water bottles. Buy one undisposable bottle that you can carry around with you. Don't waste those, because they won't be replaced in thousands of years. They will still be there. So find something that you can stop, or cut down with the bags. A lot of shops now have recyclable bags, which is good, but don't buy them unless you need to. Just take bags with you and reduce your plastic waste. But make sure this week you do one thing differently. Let me know what your one thing is different, and we can let others know to celebrate that fact that you've achieved that. And most of all, be blessed in your week ahead.